That's quite good actually, isn't it? I totally thought I was going to sink down to the floor there.
I had a feeling you were going to, yeah.
How are things?
Yeah, good, really good.
I'm slouching actually. If I was in like a roll call, is that the right term? Is it a roll call? You have to stand along and then someone shouts at you? Yeah. And I was sat like this. Would you be the type of person who'd shout at me, or would someone?
I wouldn't shout at you, no.
Don't they do like...
March around, sometimes they make you march around for hours, as quick as you can.
Gosh,
yeah.
That sounds like me in Asda. I've got a theory that Sergeant Majors, the right terminology, can I touch your leg? I know you're not gay. The right terminology, Sergeant Majors?
Yep, okay.
Yeah, they're the same people, I've got to stop sitting like this, it's got to be so unattractive. But they're the same people who sell newspapers and work on markets, because they kind of make the same noise, don't they?
Hair up! I suppose you've got to have a loud voice, right? Yeah.
I don't know, what words do they actually say?
Maybe fruit stalls as well, maybe.
Yeah. Isn't that how it works? I stand outside Buckingham Palace.
The word they say.
But they make that noise, don't they? You hear it.
Yeah, and you never really understand what it is they're saying.
Let's piss the Queen off.
She does sometimes sit on the balcony and watch, and through the window and watch us on parade.
Does she really?
Quite often you do see her, and people are whispering out, the Queen's watching. She's much more involved than people realise, you know. She really does make sure everything's working like clockwork. She even chooses the music that gets played. When she's in, for example, Windsor Castle, when we play music there on the parades, she chooses the music that we play, and she never wants to hear the same song twice.
Yeah, I understand that. So it's like she's got kind of the poshest ever iPod shuffle.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And obviously then you became massively famous.
It's Richard Jones! I didn't really start performing magic until I joined the army. A magician has never won Britain's Got Talent.
The winner of Britain's Got Talent 2016 is... Richard Jones!
It's unbelievable, thank you so much.
And is that when you stopped being a musician?
No, I'm still in the army.
That mean you could get called up at any time?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, I'm the first magician ever to be in this situation, I think. I've got quite a good backup. I'm probably the most heavily protected magician in the world right now.
What's the scariest situation you've been in then?
Well, there was one time I nearly fell off a cliff. Do you want to hear about that story?
Yes.
So I was in Cyprus. I was working with the United Nations in Cyprus. But a few days after that, I thought I'd go and get a tan in the sun. Thought I'd take my Kindle and read a book while I was out. And I actually went down to the cliffs there, some lovely cliffs. Little did I know, they were really high, these cliffs, like hundreds of metres high, and I was pretty close to the edge. So went to try and get up the cliff to get away, but it was all crumbling. Little did I realise it was the weakest cliff ever. And I actually spent about an hour and a half leopard crawling along the side of the cliff. I had to leave my Kindle and left my shoes, because my shoes were boat shoes and they were going to kill me. You know, I was going to slip off the edge. And I actually spent an hour and a half crawling sideways and pretty much rock climbing to get off the cliff where it went down.
Was it crumbling under your feet then while you were
pretty much every step I took up, I was sliding down too. And I was literally like this from the edge. And I remember I finished there and survived it. That's the first time in my life I ever thought, right, I'm 100% not surviving now, which is why I thought, I'll leave my Kindle. Don't need that. So there's still a Kindle in Cyprus somewhere right on the edge of the cliff. Unless it's fallen off and hit someone on the head at the bottom. It was really high. It was a really high cliff, like it was certain death.
What was beneath when you looked down? I'm trying to build a picture. When you looked down, what was
just rocks.
Just sharp rocks?
Yeah. It was like the first time in my life I thought, I'm 100% dead now.
Who was it you thought of and what was it you thought of?
That's a good point. I think at the time the dilemma was, do I leave my Kindle or should I just take it?
So your new TV show, tell me about that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. We've just finished filming recently. I go around loads of different army barracks doing magic. The army gave us access to some places that the press are never really allowed.
You're from Essex, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
What part of Essex?
I'm from Chelmsford originally.
What if you got a call from Gemma Collins saying, alright mate, do you want to come on The Only Way is Essex, be on Towie, be my new boyfriend?
Well, the funny thing is I went to school with a lot of them. I was in class with Georgia and Joey Essex. Although I was a few years younger than Joey, he ended up in my class.
Why?
I wouldn't like to speculate as to why, but I think he just wanted to redo a couple of the years. But
he just felt like he just fancied going back a couple of years.
He really enjoyed school, so he wanted to do a bit more.
Did he fit in well with the class?
Yeah, you know what, I've got on really well with Joey. I think he's a nice guy.
I think Joey's quite open about the fact he's not a brain box. So
yeah, I think he's kind of...
What were you like at school? Were you kind of one of the confident cool kids, or...?
Yeah, I think so. But I was a musical guy though, so I had a bit of the nerdy side as well.
Would you go on Towie then, since you know half of them anyway?
I probably wouldn't. I don't think it's my kind of show. I enjoy it. I've watched it a few times. I've got a guilty pleasure occasionally has to get on. I'd rather be on a magic show, I think.
What would you do in Towie if you turned up? What would your storyline be? Because they always have storylines.
I don't know. Is it a true storyline or not? Do you make the storylines up? I can't.
Well,
is it real? Is it not real?
Is the truth that you're maybe just a bit classy to go on Towie?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.